All right, let's connect it up. Welcome, everybody. June 30th, 2019, live stream coming at you. Making sure we're all charged up, ready to go. Got that off. Here we go, guys. So today is June 30th, 2019. I went a minute early. I tried to get a minute early. So I'm going to wait for people to join us and go in there and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Super chat, live chat, all this stuff is welcome. Thank you guys for joining me on there too. Mark, Joey the Gator, Mario the Third, or Mario 3, Antonio. Everybody, thank you. Appreciate it. As always, it really means a lot to me that you take the time to be here. Talk about Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, all that stuff. Spoiler warning if you're catching it on the replay. Don't know what people are going to ask. If you're worried about spoilers, spoiler warning for Fear the Walking Dead, Walking Dead movies, universe, comics, all that stuff. And we're going there. It's June 30th. I'm ready for this month to blow over on there too. If you checked it out. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for liking the shirt. I appreciate it. Definitely pick one up if you can. They're $15, and then I believe like $4.99 shipping to ship in the United States. So it comes directly to you. Pick your size on there too. I'm gonna buy a large for myself, and then I got to see because their previous shirt sizes, I had a large. I had extra large before and a large, and extra large just a little too big. A large is definitely the size that I'm at right now too. So Joey the Gator, Q&A, is Al actually gay? I don't know. I haven't seen the episode, Joey. So is Althea? Joey means Al is Althea. We don't know because we're not sure about what's actually happening there. Maybe, like I said, I did my spoiler warning of that and spoiler video for it. So I don't know actually what's going to happen and what come from that. Is Althea actually that or not? I don't know, but it's fine either way. I'm not really, I like Althea for the character that she is. And if she's whatever she feels and whatever she wants to be in the universe, that's all right with me too. So Renee H. bought 2 shirts. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the support on there too. And again, guys, if you can buy a shirt, it means a lot because the proceeds come to me and the channel to continue on with this. And it's going to continue on for stuff that we want to do. I just talked to a friend of mine earlier today, actually, and he was kind of, he's Sean, that's loosely in the book. He's my friend Sean, that his character is loosely based in my book series, and he was texting me he's going to get married next year, and he was kind of giving me a little, messing around with me a little bit on about the get on the roof stuff in June and stuff like that too, because I've had to do some house repairs, and June is one of those months where it's been tough and it's just one thing after another, and I've had to get on the roof to repair some stuff, and he was messing with me. But he also does like wedding videography and photography amongst other things on there. And Brian, I don't think he's going to do a zombie wedding. I don't think he's going to really do that. I don't think his wife or fiance would want to do that, but that would be pretty awesome if it was. But what I was saying is that he has a drone that he films for some things with a wedding and for different areas and, different buildings. He does CrossFit, videos and stuff there too. And it's pretty awesome. And I was like, man, we got to get that drone video going for the Fight For Us little short video. So hopefully we can get something together. And if we raise some monies there too, we can have it there. I might buy a drone myself. So it's pretty interesting if we can have some different angles and some different things. And I have a bunch of things in my mind of how to shoot a short video, short movie, but I just have to have people to do it and the time and the money and the energy and the effort and just everything going on too. So anything you can, it'll definitely appreciate it too. Thank you for appreciating on there too. If you guys can donate it, that means a lot to me. It really does. And it doesn't have to be a monetary donation. It can be just liking the video, sharing the video and that stuff too. But if you can donate, that's always welcome as well. Joey the Gator Q&A, did you see everyone from the cast getting haircuts maybe the last season? They filmed. They wrapped filming. Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 is done. They finished the season yesterday, June 29th, in Texas, Austin, Texas. And I believe it was Austin Emilio and Jenna Elfman, if they were on their way to Walker Stalker, New Jersey for the convention there in New Jersey, because it's going on right now as we speak. I believe there's like a Michael Rooker panel going on that's right now. I think it's 12:30 to something. But it's interesting because they filmed on a Saturday. I don't know if it was bad weather or they do reshoots or what, but season 5, Fear the Walking Dead, is done. The filming is kaput, and you could see some cast members there. So it was very telling. Dwight's still alive, obviously. Alicia's still alive. I would think so. Jenna Elfman, June, is still alive. So you're like, okay, maybe there's something big happens in the finale, but it's ultimately like, okay, I don't really know what's going to happen there, but I guess June is going to survive and be okay there too. So that's all right with me, even though I think if one of them's got to go, John and or June, I would think John is a little better for the show, in my opinion, even though I do like June. I do like Jenna Elfman. There's nothing against her, but between the two, I just think John brings a little more action to the sequence in the show that I would like to see, for sure, too. So, Mark, Q&A Bri, what are your plans for your channel in the future? Great question. The channel is all about, right now, a variety of topics that I like to talk about. Walking Dead, of course. Fear the Walking Dead, of course. Walking Dead movies, spin-off stuff. We're going to cover all that stuff. Comic-Con panels, information, trailer breakdowns, all that stuff too. I want to talk a little more about Stranger Things. Comes out this week. A little more movie stuff. A little more, comedy stuff. A little more fun stuff. A little more therapy, physical therapy, personal training, nutrition. Just there, a lot more stuff oriented that can help a lot of people. I think I want to do like a sequence of stuff about like being prepared for a zombie apocalypse. Kind of funny, but also kind of real. Not for a zombie apocalypse thing, but also for a natural disaster, such as a hurricane or something like that too. Because I live in Florida. We're in hurricane season right now. Stuff can happen like that, and you have to get up and go. And we can talk about that and survival stuff there too. Just stuff like that for sure. Appreciate it on there. Picking up some shirts. That'd be pretty awesome too. Oh, sorry. What you got for, is The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead connected? I saw a question somewhere. So are The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead related? Please answer. Well, of course they're related because they're part of the Walking Dead universe, but are they going to connect again? I don't know. I don't think so. I think Scott Gimple said that they're not going to be their connection 100% that way. But are we going to get more of Walking Dead characters to Fear the Walking Dead and vice versa? I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I assume that Fear the Walking Dead is going to connect with the Walking Dead universe through the movies, through the Rick Grimes movies. The episode tonight or Friday, whenever you saw it, or you're going to see it today, I think that the helicopter people, CRM, whatever it stands for, I'm not sure exactly. If it's Carolina Rescue Mission or Crisis something or, whatever it actually is, hopefully it's answered and it's interesting and it keeps it going. If it's in Carolina or North Carolina or Charlotte or, Connecticut or something in the Northeast, or if it's something entirely different, that's okay. I don't know, right? So I think that it should connect that way, and that's going to probably be the big connecting point tonight. We're going to see an Althea heavy episode. It's a lot of Althea, what happened after the first episode, where's she been, what she's been doing, who she's been acting with. We're going to meet Isabel. Don't know if we're going to see her again after tonight's episode, but she's one of the helicopter people. She's probably the pilot for the helicopter that survived. The other one got killed off, so we'll see what happens with that. Commando Explosive Q&A. Do you think we're getting any info about Rick on tonight's episode? I doubt it. I doubt we're going to get anything with Rick related until anything towards the end of the season, if at all. I'm hoping that at San Diego Comic-Con, we get some connections with it. Hopefully get some answers and we get some stuff there too. I'm hoping that I would love for Andrew Lincoln to go to San Diego Comic-Con. That would be amazing. That would draw a lot of good attention towards The Walking Dead again, because a lot of people are pissed that he's not going to be on the show anymore. They're still holding out hope, and hopefully we can get some answers from the man. That would be great too, because I like Andrew Lincoln. I think he's a great person to talk with and interview. He does a lot of fun stuff. He's interactive. He's, just charismatic as well, and he's a great person for interviewing, for sure. Joey the Gator, did you hear about the spoilers about Sarah dies in episode 12 if the Spoiling Dead fans on Facebook? I have not. I don't know what that is on there. I haven't really been up on their website and checked it out much on there too, so I don't know if that's true or not. But there's been a lot of stuff going on. It's the summer of speculation for sure. It's a lot of this, that, these said, this, she said, that said, this channel said, this theory, that theory on there. We just don't have any answers for sure. So I'm hoping that it makes sense for the future one way or another too. So John's not liking this season of Fear the Walking Dead, and some people are loving it, some people hate it, some people support it no matter what, and some people hate it no matter what. I am not a lover, hater no matter what. It has to have my interest on there as well too. Even though I support it, it's something that we might not have ever had. If you think about it, so many years ago, we wouldn't have had these zombie shows at all. We wouldn't have had this end of the world dystopian universe kind of thing. Vampires were all the rage and all this stuff for that too. And I like more of the zombie survival stuff. Like, it doesn't even have to be zombies per se. It just can be survival, dystopian world, dystopian universe, stuff like that. I think that is a good fit for survival. Like, what would you do in that situation? You know, I think it makes sense too. So, what do we got here? We got a bunch of good questions on there about the Sarah one on there as well. Yeah, I don't know Joey about that on there as well. Francis, PT Tuesday is my birthday. Well, happy early birthday. I guess that's July 2nd, right? So we got 4th of July coming up, if you celebrate that in the United States, on there too. We got, so that's Thursday. Hopefully it's going to be nice for, you know, barbecuing and being out and about for 4th of July. Anyone going to see, Far From Home on Tuesday? Anyone going to see that? I'm probably going to wait. Not going to watch it. I watched Toy Story 4 yesterday, and I love that stuff. It's just great stuff. And, you know, it's a Toy Story movie. It's an animated movie, but I love Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and all those people in there too. And the voices are, some are great, some are terrible, some are new additions. It's pretty awesome. And it's an interesting, fun movie. That's what it's all about too. There was a lot of kids in the movie theater, a lot of this. And it was funny because when my wife and I were sitting, you know, we get to pick the seats now, and we go to a Regal movie theater, and we picked our seat. You know, we get 8 and 9 right in the middle, good shot of the screen and everything there too. But there was like this person behind us, and it was making all this noise. It was like a bag or something. It was like, and I don't know if it's my hearing or something like me. Like, I hear people chomping on popcorn or doing this or doing that. And I'm like, what's up with the dude with the bag in the back, you know, behind us? And then it wasn't like once or twice. It was like throughout the previews, like all the previews on there too. And then he must have snuck a soda in or something, because then it's like he opened the bottle of soda, and then it exploded on him. He's like, oh, great, yeah. He said a bunch of other things too, but I was like, this is a kid's movie, relax over there. He's like cursing and everything. It was hilarious. It was so funny. And then at the end, he must have had like a plastic container or something, and it was like rubbing on the ground, and it was like, and we're like, what the heck is going on here? Toy Story. It was crazy. It was so funny. That was yesterday, but tried to have some fun with it on there too. And sorry, I got off on a little tangent there too. But so Fear the Walking Dead tonight or Friday, whenever you've seen it, if you're going to watch it tonight on there. I haven't seen the episode, but enough people have told me about the episode and let me know about it. And I'm excited to find out. Some people are let down by it because it's like, I don't know what's happening with the helicopter people for the future. But all we get is a little answer, question, big question, little bit of an answer, and more questions than answers. And it's like, come on, can we get some answers? Right? You know, and hopefully eventually it's a good payoff. You know, if it doesn't feel like a big payoff, or we don't feel satisfied with the stuff, it's a letdown too. You know, like, that's ridiculous. And that's a big thing that I don't want ever to happen in my book series, because I want there to be payoff. I want there to be build stuff up, set things up, build for the future, set things up, answer, question, answer, question, answer, question. Whatever. There's a good formula to it. You know, it's just good writing, keeps you intrigued with a lot of different things too. So it's kind of interesting to see if the CRM people will be directly connected with Jadis and that group at some point of Fear's timeline. You know, what if they talk about it? But I don't know how they can, because Morgan was there and talked with Anne, but now he's here. So how could this group be connected with the garbage people at the time? Because Morgan was already there when all that happened with Jadis. Is there another group? Is there another thing? Is there a bunch of different groups? Where's the central location of the CRM? We just don't know, and I don't know when we're going to get those answers, hopefully soon, right? Well, San Diego Comic-Con is coming up in a couple weeks. It'll be here on July 17th. Let me see if I got the right dates. So it's technically Wednesday, July 17th is the San Diego Comic-Con 2019. It starts. That's for like early access stuff. And then 18th are the panels, but the 19th is for us what we're excited for. The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead panels will be on July 19th as the early word. Probably like 12 o'clock or noon or something on there too. So We're trying to get more and more information about it, so who's going to be there, when they're going to be there, when they're going to stop filming, what they're going to do on there. Because it's a big deal of who's going to be there. It could be Denai Guerrera's last time going to San Diego Comic-Con. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's one of those things that we're going to be there for the Rick Grimes movies, and Andrew Lincoln will be there, maybe not this year, but eventually down the road. And San Diego Comic-Con is usually really good, and a lot of good publicity and news and information about it. Fear the Walking Dead, maybe a little spin-off talk and as well. They're going to start filming the spin-off next month in July. They're looking for extras and people to play probably zombies or walkers, I should say, walkers and people to be extras on there, and maybe even parts in the show. I don't know. We don't know much about it besides they're filming in the Richmond, Virginia area. So if you're in the Richmond, Virginia area, you could be part of the show. That would be pretty awesome. 2, Mario the Third Q&A. Do you feel like we will get more stuff about CRM this season? It just doesn't feel right. Episode 5 is the end of this. I hope not. I hope we get more information in the first half of season 5. Definitely in the second half of season 5. I'm hoping that season 5 ends with a major connection with CRM and the helicopter people. I haven't seen the episode yet, but Isabel does talk about if you ever see another group of our people, if you see people wearing outfits like this, run. You get away from them. Hide from them. Don't be around them because they're bad news. Does that mean that we're going to get another rogue group of people and Isabel's not going to be one of them? I'm hoping that Isabel comes back around and helps Althea or helps people or helps this or not there too. I'm hoping that she does something, or if she does, bring people there with her, it's there to help out. And it's like, these are okay. They're trustworthy people. But again, they says in the spoilers that Isabel, those people would even take out their own people for the greater good of their organization. So they should have no problem taking out, members of our group. So we'll see if they come back around or not. I hope they come back around too, Mario. I hope they come back with some answers, setting some things up. But I would assume that the end of season 5 will roll right into the Walking Dead Rick Grimes movies. That's just what I'm hoping, but we don't know what their plan is. We don't know if we're getting another season of Fear the Walking Dead, if we're going to have one final season, and season 6 is all about going to the Rick Grimes movies or what. Hopefully we'll get answers at San Diego Comic-Con in a couple weeks, because there's going to be a Fear the Walking Dead panel and a Walking Dead panel. Joey the Gator Q&A, I'm just saying don't get your hopes up about getting answers, but the episode is good. So, yeah, Joey, that's what I'm hearing is that they're not going to be setting things up. We're not going to see Rick. We're not going to meet Rick. We're not going to meet Jadis. We're not going to meet people like this. We're going to get some stuff setting things up about their organization. There's going to be it's like a little bigger breadcrumb. It's not a big, satisfying meal. It's just a little breadcrumb to make you come back to the area. So we'll see. Hopefully they'll build it up for sure. James Q&A, do you think the helicopter from the pilot of The Walking Dead that Rick chases into the city is with CRM as well? I don't know. That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. That would be pretty cool if it was. There's no way to tell if it was or not, but that was like so long ago. That was so long ago in the history of The Walking Dead that Rick was in Atlanta, and that was before all this stuff happened. But CRM could have been going for a long time. That could have been definitely something that's been there for a long time, and we just haven't seen it too. So, man, M King's in the house. M King, haven't seen you in a while, man. That's crazy. But Christine and Shane Meek, who is your favorite character in Fear this season? My favorite character is John, and he's kind of been my favorite character since the last season. Morgan's okay. Dwight's okay. June's pretty cool. Althea's okay. Charlie's okay. Alicia's okay. There's nobody characters like, man, that's totally awesome. Except for John. I mean, John's got the gun skills, the sharpshooter stuff, even though the bullet thing with the axe is a little much for me, but it was kind of interesting and entertaining too. And I don't know, all of a sudden, the show is definitely all over the place. we're going to have a California-based show with a dysfunctional family, and we're going to go this, and we're going to do that, and then we're going to try to survive. And then we bring Strand into the mix, and we go on to Abigail, and we have this, and then we're going to try to go to Mexico, and we're going to be there, and then we're going to come over here, and then we're going to talk about water and the dam and this, and then the dam's going to explode, and then we're going to come here, and then we're going to eventually bring Morgan over, because that's going to complicate everything, and then we're going to lose these characters, and then this character is going to get killed off, and that person, this is going to happen, this is going to happen over here, and then this isn't going to make sense, and then Morgan's not going to ever meet any of the major character of the show, but Morgan's going to be one of the big characters, and then you're like, okay, and then all of a sudden here we have Walker Kill Awards, and Alicia gets the award, and Strand gets an award, and Daniel gets it, or whatever, and you're like, what? What are we talking about? Oh, Walker Kill Awards, Walker Kills or Killies or whatever they have, and I'm like, what? What is that talking about? This is just a little too much with, Zombie Kill of the Week, which is like from Zombieland. And you're like, okay, but Zombieland's a comedy. Zombieland's supposed to be funny. It's supposed to be over the top and campy and just craziness with stuff. I feel like The Walking Dead was kind of supposed to be like, all right, let's get kind of a zombie apocalypse type realistic show where this guy's trying to find his family. And this could happen, that can happen. What would you do in the situation? Kind of more like a real feel, sci-fi kind of thing. And there too. And you're like, I don't know. And then Fear the Walking Dead's doing this campy stuff. And it's like, all right, I just don't know how stuff wants to go here. Because you got Morgan, who's like Mr. Serious. Like, I lost my wife and my son. And I was in clear mode, and I know where you've been, but I want to save people, and I want to help people, and I've wanted to take everybody out, but now I want to save everybody I meet. There's no bad people in this world. Everything's a circle. Everything gets a return. And you're like, well, what does this show kind of be? It's kind of all over this place, It's just one of those things where it's like, I'm not sure the identity of the show and the series because it's been really all over the place. The Walking Dead has been kind of streamlined where it's been ups and downs for sure as a series, but overall, it's been a little more on the realistic zombie apocalypse, Rick Grimes trying to be the everyday man, small town cop trying to find his family situation where his reasons and his situations and his decisions aren't going to always be the best. He's not going to always make the best decision, but he's going to try, and some things he's going to do aren't going to always work out. And that's kind of what I got out of it too. So we'll see what happens. But Mark Q&A, Brad, do you think the kids in Fear the Walking Dead have a lot more hidden? I just think the kids in the Fear the Walking Dead that we'll see briefly in this episode that we met last week are trying to survive. They're just trying to stay in the camp. They're trying to stay there. They have the guns now that Alicia and them packed, and they're just trying to stay alive. They probably couldn't put their parents down. They locked them in a room, in a bunch of rooms, at a bunch of cabins, in a bunch of areas, and I just feel like they're trying to stay there. I don't think the kids are going to leave, but it's not safe there. The whole nuclear particle stuff, contamination is not good. So I don't know what's going to happen, but there's a lot of little storylines on here too. A lot of little things, a lot of big things that could happen. Dwight, Sherry, kids, nuclear walkers, the helicopter people, Althea, Strand, Daniel. There's so many different things on there too. So let's talk about Daniel and Strand last episode for sure. I haven't really had a chance to talk about it because it was last week. But I want to see Daniel meet up with Abraham. But the timeline is kind of crazy because if Daniel and Strand and Morgan and these people are all together in the universe, they're not together because Morgan is there, but Morgan's not with them. But Morgan is there now. So if Morgan is there, Abraham is gone. So if the whole cigar thing is Abraham's, that's pretty cool, but he's not going to find Abraham, right? Is he trying to find him? I would love to see a flashback movie or a miniseries or something where he meets Abraham and Eugene and Rosita. But that shouldn't fit in the current timeline, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But even though I would love to see that, it's just got to be like stuff's got to make sense too. So, Maria, do you want to see the new zombie musical movie? Not really. I don't really know what we're talking about there, but I don't really want to see any. I don't really like musicals per se. I'm not a big musical person, but I don't really want to see a zombie musical movie, that's for sure. Joey the Gator, Q&A, do you think that Al will be in the movies? I think she will because she's cough. There's a tape that she gives away to the helicopter lady. I think that Althea is the connecting point with Fear the Walking Dead and the movies and CRM and that too. So I think so. I would assume that Althea goes to the Rick Grimes movies and connects with that for sure. And I'm okay with that. That's all right. So, yeah, some people are agreeing with me, that's for sure, on there as well. But I haven't seen that. What's that movie with the one that just came out, the zombie movie with Bill Murray. I want to say Billy Crystal, but Bill Murray, and it was The Dead Don't Die or something. Was that terrible? I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. No, Murray, your question wasn't off topic. That's just not there. I haven't really. I'm not a big musical person, so no, I don't. There is no off topic questions. If you want to post something here, we talk about The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and everything else related too. So, thank you for participating in the chat as well. Super chats are always welcome. Donations go to the channel, Patreon as well. Check out the shirt. Sport PT on the front, and believe in yourself, you can do it on the back. Inspirational for everything there as well. So it just will help out for hopefully a mindset that you can do big things as well too. So Renee saw a bad zombie movie, The Dead Don't Die. Yeah. So what did you think of that, Renee? That the Dead Don't Die, was it terrible? Yeah, same jokes though. Yeah, it was a bad movie, but yeah, it was kind of like. Did you see that the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse? I mean, that's just a funny, over-the-top kind of movie, and I'm really excited for Zombieland 2 that'll be here in October, I believe. It was supposed to be released October 11th, 2019, so it's getting there. Hopefully we'll get a trailer pretty soon about it for Zombieland Double Tap. Is it Zombieland 2 Double Tap, or is it Zombieland Double Tap? I don't know what it actually is, the title of it, but I'm excited for Zombieland 2. I was excited for a lot of movies this summer, and I didn't see X-Men Dark Phoenix just because it looked crappy. It just looked dumb. They don't know what they're doing with that stuff, I'm not excited for that at all. I didn't see it and saw, Toy Story 4, which I recommend. I still like Toy Story 3 is one of my favorites. I like number 1. It goes probably 3, 1, 4, and 2 in the ranking of my 4 Toy Story movies on there too. But it's definitely a good movie if you like it. I like that whole story, and I like Tom Hanks and everything like I said there. I was going to see Lion King, but, is it really worth it? Because I've seen the original, and I'm not sure it's going to beat out anything there too. Spider-Man, MK, great question. Don't know if I want to see it, because I feel like Endgame to me is the end game. It's kind of like, all right, that's the end of the story. It should be there. And then this is kind of a continuation of that story, setting up, Spider-Man going after, whatever he's going. I don't even know who he's fighting. Is he actually fighting Mysterio, or they work together, or what? So, but it looks good. It definitely looks good on there as well. I'll probably see it just because I have a couple gift cards left. So, but yeah, Renee, definitely check out Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. It's not a great movie by any means. It's kind of funny. It's like a little cheesy. It's kind of like a high school kind of zombie apocalypse movie, and it's nothing great by any means. But Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse is kind of funny too. So, Commando Explosive is asking, who is your guy's favorite character besides Daryl? Well, why is it besides Daryl? Some people like that, and others too. My favorite character is Michonne, that's for sure. So, M. King is my book guy, and hopefully more and more people are reading the book series. I'm excited for you guys to check it out. But M. King, I haven't seen you in a while. I talked about the book last couple live streams, but it's book 10 will be out in October. I was hoping to get it out, early October, and I'm still on track for that. If by chance I get it out a little earlier, I would definitely let you know. But I'm on chapter 3 of my final edit. It's 18 chapters. It's titled Ghosts, and it's a definite awesome book. I'm excited for you guys to check it out. If you haven't read the previous books, then wait, get it all over, get it up again on there too. So, yeah, M. King has reread all the books again. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. That's definitely cool. I like you being part of that for sure. And big things are happening. I'm going to have that book out. I already have the title for book 11, and I have a prequel book that have a rough draft of that I wrote the chapters. I just have to, finalize it, clean it up, and that's going to probably be out next year. I was hoping this year, but it's just not looking like I'm going to be able to do it next year for sure. So I'm excited for the future of it. So M King wrote book 1568. That's your rankings. You like those? That's your order. That's your top 4, 1568. That's cool. I like it. I like books. I like the books that I write for different reasons. I like each book for a different reason. But I love the first book for sure on there too. So I'm a favorite on that, and I appreciate you taking the time for sure. So Dragon, Q&A, PT, have you heard anything about the third 28 Days Later film? I just saw something the other day that it's in the works, that I actually have to watch the second one. I haven't even watched it. I watched the 28 Days, and I haven't watched 28 Weeks Later, and I don't know what it's going to be called, 28 Months Later? Is that what? I guess we're going to go weeks, days, weeks, months. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know. I'd be down to watch that. I like the first one. I like the idea of it. I liked it. It's on there too, and you can see, if you watch 28 Weeks Later, 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later is the second one. But 28 Days is definitely got some inspiration for The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead got some inspiration for sure. And I think Robert Kirkman has even come out and said about the whole, waking up in the hospital coma thing, and a couple of characters kind of remind me of a couple characters for sure, and I just want to see where it goes, because the zombie apocalypse, no one owns the zombie apocalypse. There's fast zombies, there's slow zombies, there's things that are called walkers and creepers and swimmers and bobbers and whatever you want to call them, but to me they're zombies. A zombie is an undead thing that got reanimated and it came back to life. Is it fast? Is it slow? My zombies are always going to be slow. I'm not going to have some genetically altered thing that's going to make them super fast, like in I Am Legend. That's just not my type of thing. And I like that. I liked I Am Legend for certain parts, and I liked World War Z for certain parts. Even though they were fast zombies, they were different. But it's just one of those things that, to me, I think a zombie is slow. It's uncoordinated. It's just not going to be able to function like a normal human body would, for a variety of reasons, just from a health aspect of it too. Blood supply, necrosis, tissue loss, brain function. If you're using your brain stem, you're not going to be able to function like a normal human being. It's just not possible too. So I just think that it just makes sense to do it on there as well. So Joey the Gator, do you watch the Instagram takeovers on Fear the Walking Dead Instagram page? I think it's cool. I guess they're doing too much, and I honestly think season 6 might be the last season. I've seen parts of it. I know that, was it the guy Wendell, the guys in the wheelchair, did it last week. Week before that was Luciana. Was it Alicia the week before that? I've seen a couple of them. I do follow Fear the Walking Dead on Instagram, and I follow a couple of the other accounts as well too. So I think it's cool. I think it's a nice little thing. But the Martha one last season, season 4, was terrible. People were so mad about what she was posting on there too. So it was like, what are you doing? And she was, to me, the worst character I've ever seen in a zombie apocalypse. Like, how do you think that's okay to have a character like that? And people are like, yeah, that's good, right? No. To me, a villain is just as important as the protagonist. The antagonist has to be just as powerful or terrible or better or worse or smart or cunning or whatever as the protagonist, if you want to succeed with it. Like, if The Walking Dead didn't have the whole Rick and Shane thing, and then Rick and the governor thing, and then Rick and Terminus, and this, if you didn't have all those things, it wouldn't be as successful as I truly think it could be, too. I do think that the walkers are a problem, but what's the bigger problem in the zombie apocalypse? Walkers, food, shelter, environment, people. What is it? What's the thing? It's all of them together. It's all the things together. I think that makes the best thing is that what is actually the true problem? Is it the lack of resources? Or is it the zombies that are trying to eat you? Or is it the people that are trying to have all the resources for themselves? Brian says water. That's definitely a big thing. Clean water supply. If you don't have water, you'll be gone in a couple days. If you don't have food, you can last a couple weeks. Maybe even a month or something. I forget what the actual statistics are, but it's a long time for if you don't have food versus water. It's only like a couple of days if you don't have water. And that's crazy to think about that too. So we're so reliant on water. So that's a pretty important resource in life, but let alone in a zombie apocalypse, for sure. Joey's asking a million questions. Joey the Gator, Q&A. Maggie Grace is taking over this week, but Fear the Walking Dead, but Fear the Walking Dead, so a whole lot more on social media than Walking Dead. Well, that's not really a Q&A, Joey. That's just a statement. So don't put Q&A if you're not asking a question. But I like that they have interactions with the fans and everything there too. But like I said, Fear the Walking Dead filming is done. Season 5 is a wrap. It wrapped yesterday, so people will be more at conventions and panels and this, and I would assume a lot of them will be at San Diego Comic-Con in a couple weeks. So from Friday, it was the 28th, and you got the 5th, so that was 1, 2, it was 3 weeks ago. So we're less than 3 weeks away from the San Diego Comic-Con, which is awesome because I'm excited for it. I want to see what they say. I'm excited for season 10 of The Walking Dead. I'm excited for news about whatever they can talk about too. And it's interesting because why, how, when will The Walking Dead keep going? Will it exist for a couple more years? Are we going to have to focus on the movies and the spin-offs to continue on there? So if they get rid of the main show, right? So say they get rid of the main show in 2 more seasons. You got season 10, 11, and 12, and then it's done. But you have the spin-off show, and maybe Fear the Walking Dead, maybe a movie, maybe the movies are left, maybe a couple movies are left. Will you keep watching? Will you keep interested in it if the Walking Dead show is gone? I don't know, right? That's a big thing. That's a big deal because if the center of everything is there, the glue, the cohesive glue is the Walking Dead show, not the spin-offs. Then the spin-offs are Fear the Walking Dead, the other spin-off show, and then movies. They're all spin-offs of The Walking Dead. They all started with the first thing, and they all go that way. Will you keep interest? I don't know. I don't know if I really will or not because we're going to lose some characters this season for sure. We're going to lose my girl Michonne because it's just Denai Guerrero's not doing it anymore. And that's all right, but I really hope that she has a big part in the Rick Grimes movies and with Rick. So I'm hoping that it's there too. So Christy, hey Doc, how's your roof leak? It's pretty good now. It's a small little leak and it's outside. Luckily, it's not in the actual house. It's on the back patio and I can't really see it's over there. But I got up on the roof and I put some, sealant stuff that had to go down. And I really didn't find the leak that much. And then it rained a little bit and it was pretty good. And then it rained a lot more the other day and there was a spot, like half of the leak was there. Half of it was covered and half of it still got through. So I had to get back on the roof and it looks pretty good. And it rained yesterday and we've been really good since then. So we're probably not going to get rain till Wednesday or Thursday, it's set around here, which is great for 4th of July and fireworks, but we'll see how 4th of July is. It rains like every year here in Florida too, but it should be pretty good. Brian Barbie, I actually tried the Flex Seal spray and it's okay, but for what I had to put some big, epoxy down and really seal it up pretty good and then put another layer on it and everything as well. So I think we're pretty good with it. I have to patch up the plaster on their outside next, but I got to make sure the leak is good. But I went up there and then put another thing down and put some spots because it's tough to find the actual leak. It wasn't like a giant big hole, but I think the leak should be pretty good on there too. So Mark likes my sit-down videos, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it too, and I feel like it's a good way to connect with people and interact. Hopefully you find it kind of funny, interesting, and entertaining. That's the kind of goal of it there too. Like I have a whole video that I have planned in my head that I have to sit down and record that it's kind of crazy because I have when I go to Sam's Club, I go there pretty much every Wednesday, and a lot of crazy stuff happens. So I might have to do a weekly segment of, my Wednesday weekly trip to Sam's Club, something on there too, and just give you an update because it's usually kind of crazy every week. But we have regular asphalt shingles, Mark. We don't have the big thick tiles. It's just regular black asphalt shingles. Joey the Gator, Q&A, when does Fear start filming again for season 6, if there's a season 6? Man, that's a good question. Well, they just wrapped, Joey. They just wrapped yesterday for Fear the Walking Dead season 5, and it takes 7 months. They film for 7 months. So yesterday was 6/29. So they start filming late December, January, February, March, April, May, June, and all the way to June. So they film right around there too. So December to June is typically when they film Fear the Walking Dead in Austin, Texas. So yeah, right, Renee. Adventures at Sam's Club, my weekly Wednesday adventures or something. my Sam's Club weekly Wednesday adventures or something. I have to add that too. So Louis Martin, thank you for joining me. You can be late. It's all right. No, I'm just glad for you guys for joining me here too. So, so tonight, Fear the Walking Dead season 5, episode 5. Pretty good stuff. So, Janet, I gotta ask you, did you get a chance to watch Animal Kingdom? Because it's good. It's really good. This season's pretty good too. I think we're on the 4th episode. It came out on Tuesday, and it's pretty good. So hopefully we got that for Animal Kingdom. I recommend that show for sure too. So Preston, I roofed for almost 10 years, and I can say fixing any kind of roof leak sucks. It does. Because when it was like hot, it's like super hot because it's summer, right? So I had to go up on there, got to get up on the roof and get down, and get up on the roof and get down, and check and get up on the roof and check and go back on the roof. I mean, I'd never been on a roof so much in my life, right? And I've owned this house coming up on 8 years in August. And this is the first time, second time, I've had to go on the roof this bout right here of it there too. So it was a lot to do, and it's just kind of crazy on there. And I have a good ladder, so we're good, but we're good on there too. So Eye in the Dark too, TWD in the house. So thank you guys for joining me. We're going to go for about another 20 minutes, guys, and we'll talk about a couple variety of topics for sure if you want to. But I'm excited for July for a variety of reasons. One, because June sucked for a big things that I covered there too. So Fear the Walking Dead is wrapped for the season. So they're going to July 21st, I believe, is their No, Jan, I just had to ask because I saw you there too. So no, yeah, if you can watch Animal Kingdom, it's a good show. I recommend it to everybody, not just Janet, but everybody. Animal Kingdom, it's a good show. But July. So this week we got Far From Home coming out for the movies. Then we got Stranger Things season 3. Coming out 4th of July. Pretty awesome stuff. Then we got San Diego Comic-Con, which is, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21, which the Walking Dead stuff is the 19th. And then what else is coming out? Anything else coming out in July? Because the first half of Fear the Walking Dead will be done July 21st. And that's good because we'll be kind of wrapped up a little the first half, see where we're going with that. And then hopefully we'll get some information. And then there's a show on Amazon Prime called All or Nothing, and they cover a football team, and they're covering the Carolina Panthers. So I watch it just because I like to get the inside stuff on football teams. And I watched it the past couple of years. Last year, I believe, was the Cowboys. The year before that was the Rams, and then before that was the Cardinals, I believe, too. So they have some good stuff on there for sure. So definitely check it out. July should be very, very interesting, too. Yeah, it's a good question. A good point, Renee. Where is Boyd? Hopefully Boyd's okay. Hopefully my guy Hector's all right, and a couple people on there as well. But I know it's summertime. People travel. People do a little thing on there, too. So Brian Plants, do you think it's Alicia on the radio at the end of season 9 since their timeline is being behind Walking Dead? I don't think Alicia is at the end of The Walking Dead season 9. I think it is, if it's anything, it's season 9, episode 5 over the radio. That's the only thing I could think of where it makes sense, where that's where Alicia is on the radio when Jadis is over there. It could be Rosita. It could be Tara. It could be Alicia. We just don't know. But if anywhere, I think that is where Alicia is, not at the very end of season 9. Yeah. Bennett Arnold, Bright, do a weekly Sam's Club haul. Well, I don't get a lot of stuff at Sam's Club. Like I have a list of what's on sale. I get one of my rotisserie chickens. Got to get that. I get, various products if they're on sale. I get some blueberries. I get the deals on there too. I get a bunch of stuff that's trying to see on there too. But yeah, Brian, exactly. The bridge scene is where Alicia could be on the radio for sure. Yeah, Eye in the Dark, too, is excited for tonight's episode, and we should be. I'm excited for it, too. I hope we get some good stuff out of it, and I'm hoping that we'll get some good information one way or another if it leads for a future episode or not, too. So, Trish55, what happened to Ophelia? Well, Ophelia, it was way back in season 3 when Daniel came back into the place, to the fold. Ophelia and Daniel, too. But Ophelia got taken out in season 3, and I can't remember exactly how, but I know that it was around the time with Daniel coming back and Madison and Strand and everything, and that's why Daniel was pissed that he never got to say goodbye to her. And I would be pissed too if I was Daniel. And I really feel for Daniel. I like Daniel too. Daniel, I would say, is my favorite character of the series as a whole. John's my favorite new character. That I like. Yeah, Mario says she got bit. Yeah, I can remember exactly what happened to her, but I know that she was like fading out, and Daniel saw her, and it just wasn't good. But Ophelia was kind of a character that really turned into a different character in season 3, and it really wasn't anything, great in my opinion. But Daniel was one of my characters that I liked from the very beginning. He was a character that I felt should have had more of a show, more of a role, more of a part, more of a main focus on. I think it'd be pretty cool. But then they kind of didn't know what to do with Madison and this and that, and Daniel didn't go away. Then Daniel's story and struggle, like remember in season 3 when he's like walking down the thing and he sees, I guess it's a zombie, right? Or is it a person? I can't remember what it is. But then that lightning just hits that guy like, and that killed him. Like, what is that? Divine intervention. Daniel has 9 lives. He's using up his lives here and there too. But yeah, Daniel Salazar, Ruben is one of my favorite characters on there too, and he's a great actor. I just think he's just, I don't know, just something about him. Like, he's just entertaining for me there too. So Daniel and John are my favorite characters for sure. So Joey the Gator, they start filming on Monday for the 3rd spinoff. Is that a question? Is that a statement? I would assume so. I know it says it starts in July, so hopefully we'll get more answers, because I want to know what's up with that. I would love to see who the main characters are for that spinoff. It seems like it's some people different entirely. The 2 women protagonists, one could be a villain, one could be this, one could be that. Are they sisters? Are they siblings? Are they twin sisters? Are they cousins? Are they just people from the same community? I don't know. So I just find it interesting too. So, but yeah, I guess I've been blanking. Like Ophelia got bit, and Daniel was a barber. And I'm like, man, I'm just like blanking out on the history of these characters a little bit too. It's like, man, some things just didn't really connect with me for where they've come, where they are, where they've been. Hopefully we get to see Walker and Crazy Dog. I would like to see them too. They were kind of good for season 3. They had kind of a smaller part, but I would like to see that story continue on, because I would like it to connect a little bit, the previous seasons. That makes sense for sure. So Donnie D-Train, Q&A, Brian, what are you hoping to see on tonight's episode? I was hoping to see some information about the helicopter people, like where they're from, what they're all about, how many there are on there too. So I would like to see that we get some more information about it too, like what is up with Isabel? Where is she from? How did she join these people? How did we get that? We're going to get a little more backstory about Althea. I want to see some more backstory about Isabel and CRM and just the whole history of CRM. And hopefully we'll get that at some point, Janet Person. Brian, in one of your latest videos, you mentioned the CRM's protective clothing. What would you wear in a zombie apocalypse just for fun? Well, if it was me, like in real life, I would have definitely like a modified bulletproof vest, kind of long sleeve shirt that is impenetrable by zombie bites and scratches on there too. Like, I don't want to give away exactly what I would wear, because it's in the Fight for Us book series. What I do for my character is Ryan. I'm Brian, but Ryan is the main character, and he kind of has an outfit that is modified in a way that is something that I would probably have in my zombie apocalypse attire. And I just think that would be kind of it. But I would like to have kind of a dry fit material that is, you can't cut and you can't scratch and you can't bite. You could probably shoot through it, but you couldn't just, the scratches and the bites couldn't get you. But the, bullet wounds could. So, because I'm in Florida and it's super hot. Like, imagine, I'm going to wear a big thick coat or this big thing in there and it's 98 degrees outside. Yeah, I'm going to die of heat exhaustion, not some zombies, right? So I'm like, you have to think a little bit logical there too, unless we're just going to hibernate for the summer and go out for the winters when you can get around in there too. So Bennett Arnold wants to do telephone books duct taped like World War Z. I don't know. Like, I feel like taking that duct tape would be kind of, it would be kind of tough. Like, what if it rips your hair and stuff on there too, you know. So you got to have a long sleeve shirt underneath too. So what if it's like one of those bubbles, like bubble wrap, like in Little Giants, and you're going through and you're like, boom, boom, like people can't get through it. I don't know. You can get real crazy real quick with the attire on there, but it's just good food for thought. But that's a great question too. So, Trish 55, Bri, I know you are a PT. Isn't it a little far-fetched with the injury that girl has? I forget her name. She has a rod through her anterior chest, and now her arm is in a sling. Luciana. Yeah, no, it definitely is. To have the metal pipe coming out right here, it's kind of around her collarbone. It's underneath it, and you wouldn't be able to go through the scapula like that. That's your chicken wing bone right there, too. So for that, pole to be going through there, and then it's coming right here like that, it's not far-fetched that she would have a sling because of her pec muscle. She couldn't really move her arm too much, and maybe she did get the brachial plexus a little bit, so she could have nerve damage. So to be in a sling would just be to protect her so her arm wouldn't, swing around. So I can understand that, but it's a little much with the injury there for sure. So it's just kind of interesting on there. And that's what kind of gets me sometimes with some of the medical stuff. And you're like, man, I don't really know about that. Q&A, read somewhere that both showrunners promised us that we will learn a lot more about the symbol, but episode 5 didn't answer anything about the symbol, Mario. Yeah, well, again, hopefully they're building and building and building on there too. I think that makes sense for building up for the future on there. I think that makes man, everyone's got like sumo suits. Like, yeah, just like something that keeps the zombies away so far, Like you're just walking and it just like keeps the zombie so far away from you there too. Chainmail, the shark chain link shirt, so like the chainmail on there too. But that would be so heavy. Like you have to like weigh the pros and cons, like heaviness, the structure of it versus the agility of it there too. Like it'd be great if you could have a suit of metal and the zombies get close to you and you're just like Iron Man suit. How about that, right? I want an Iron Man suit. I could fly around. I'd be like hitting them with repulsors and everything else too. That'd be kind of, or just different kind of outfits that they couldn't get into. It'd be kind of interesting. But I don't know. It's just funny. That's a great question. That's a great thing on there too. And see, like I like this conversation here, and like that's what I try to replicate in my book series too. So hopefully you're checking out the book series and you see the way that the characters talk and interact, because a lot of them have known each other for a long time. So they're going to, mess around with each other and, I don't know how else to say it, but bust each other's balls or just be kind of like give people a hard time and just like kind of be funny with there too, right? And maybe somebody would be like, hey, what would you wear in a zombie apocalypse? Well, we're in one right now. What would you actually wear? But it's just kind of a funny question that could be brought up. I just like that idea too. So, Mark, Q&A, Brian, what are your thoughts on the new comic cover? Do you think it's Negan? Well, that's coming out Wednesday, actually, too. And I think it's called, like, Farmhouse or something. And I don't know if it's Negan or not 100%, but I do. I feel like it's Negan. I feel like it's his leather jacket. I feel like it looks like him. I feel like he's weathered and worn. Now, we haven't seen Negan in forever, and I feel like it's Negan. And it's interesting because we had the big, huge comic come out this month. Last edition. And then we're going to get a whole separate story, it looks like. We're going to get whoever this person is. Is it Negan? Is it somebody else? You're like, all right, makes it interesting too. So I'm interested to see if it is Negan or not, and I think it is, personally. Joey the Gator, what do you think of the mid-season premiere coming back on August 11th? 3 weeks break, shortest break. I'm down with that. I'm cool with that. They're doing that for a reason, obviously. They're doing it because it has to connect with The Walking Dead somehow, some way, something. If they're going to do it right, if it's going to roll right into the same week, take a week off, do that. They could choose whenever they wanted for it to come back. Maybe they don't have anything to fill the gap for that. Maybe they're trying to bring back the show earlier because AMC doesn't have programming. I don't know exactly why, but I'm down. Shorter break, the better. That's cool. August 11th. That'll be episode 9. The episode 16, and then we'll go right into October. So, because they got to finish the editing and put all the episodes together and get it rolling. Because they just finished yesterday for Fear the Walking Dead season 5 too. So, but we got a lot of awesome things going, and hopefully we'll be able to get to it. I mean, the great goals, the big aspirations I would love to have for this channel and for everything here is to have my book series really be a big part of everything that people would read and enjoy, whether turn it into a comic, an audio book, visual something, a series, a webisode series on here, and or picked up by a network or somewhere for that too, because I think we could make, and I could make a great television show or mini series or web series or something of the story that I have. I would love to have the idea of a zombie apocalypse show, because I think that my formula in the book series is very entertaining. There's always a lot going on. There's a lot of different situations. There's a lot of stuff that has you interested, motivated, intrigued by the story of what's going to happen. It should be kind of an on-the-seat edge kind of thriller. What's going to happen next? Who's this person? Who's that person? Oh my goodness, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? And hopefully that's what you're in there for, the roller coaster ride of Fight For Us. But Talking Dead is coming back July 21st. And I'm excited for that, too. I want to know why they haven't been on. Is it because Chris Hardwick has been on tour with his stand-up comedy? Because if that happens, then he can't be on Talking Dead and on tour. But you could film a little bit and go on tour, but they film in California. And if you're in, like, I don't know, Texas or Michigan or whatever, you're on tour, or across the country in New York, to come back to film a couple episodes, could you do it? Maybe, maybe not, but I don't know if it was an AMC decision or a Chris Hardwick decision or not to bring him back for, some filming or not. If they just like, yeah, we'll just be back, episode 508, and hopefully we get it for the back half of season 5 because they're done filming now, so we can get some guests. I don't know if the word is that after July 21st, Talking Dead will be back for full-time stuff. I just don't know when it's actually coming back, but it will be back July 21st too. So I think Chris Hardwick does a great job. I like Talking Dead. I like watching it. I like getting the codes too. Hopefully you guys do the TWD rewards points. You get up and save it. I'm coming up on like 40,000 points, so I'm trying to get something really good. I really want to do the tour, because you get 2 tickets. So my wife and I could go on the tour, but now they have the Walking Dead Studio Tour to purchase as tickets. So I don't know if they're doing that or not, but I want to get a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I've been saving my points for so many years now, too, and I'm trying to get something pretty awesome with it, and I think I can. Hopefully they just bring some more awesome rewards. And if you don't, check out TWD Rewards now, and you check out some stuff. I don't get paid by them or anything. I just think it's an awesome thing for free. It's a free thing that you just put the code word in and you get some points too. So I recommend it for sure. So hopefully you guys have checked out our Instagram page, Instagram page at the PT channel. We're on Facebook. We got a PT channel Facebook page. It's a page. Yeah, it's a page, and we have a TWD community Facebook page and a group. I'm on Facebook as my name. We have a Fight For Us page, and hopefully if you like this series, you check out Fight For Us, and you're on Instagram, or you're on Facebook, I should say, Fight For Us on Facebook, and it's pretty great. I'm excited to have everybody connected that way, to continue going there too. And if you like the zombie apocalypse and survival, you'll definitely like, Fight For Us on there too. I believe it's a good way of having everything, and the title has like a double meaning of, fighting to stay alive, fighting for your loved ones, fighting for these people. And, the number 4 is obviously a big point of emphasis in the book series before a reason on there too. So hopefully you guys can check out the shirts. I have a link in the description here. So if you go down in the description of this video, it's in the center of the thing. And if you hit PT shirt link, hopefully it works. It's through Custom Ink, and it'll take you right to the page to get it. They're $15 for most sizes, and then $4.99 for shipping. I wish I could have got the shipping lower, and I wish I could have got the shirts lower, but $15 is the minimum level of there, and we have to sell at least 20 of them for them to print. I'm going to buy some. My dad's going to buy some. People have already bought some, so hopefully you'll definitely check out the shirt. It's a motivational thing that you can represent PT, represent me, represent us, represent the community, represent the channel, and also represent PT, whatever you want to think. Personal training, physical therapy, party time, part-time, positive thinking, something there too, or just this channel in general. I'm a PT, so it works on many different levels, but I also try to be positive and think positive and be motivational as well, too. So, Louis Martin, hey, Bri, are you going to make a universe for your book series? If not, do you have an end game planned? Yeah, the universe is definitely there. It's going to be a big thing for it. I want this book series to continue on for a long time. I have the idea of having the main story of Fight for Us, and then I have a prequel series that's a different title, but it's going to connect on it. And also, I'm going to have a different story at a different location of the same timeline of Fight for Us. I have a bunch of different things in my mind. I just have to devote the time to do it, and I'm trying to get enough money raised up where I can definitely be a writer full-time, YouTuber full-time, and to be that as my main job. It just takes time, money, energy, and there too. So Mark, we're taking a little break on the mystery boxes. We took a little break on there too, trying to get some more new stuff in there too, because we have some cool stuff in there, but if people have bought previous boxes, then it could be some overlay with it, and we try to put new, awesome, exciting stuff in there too. So mystery boxes have been a little on the, quiet side for sure. Joey the Gator Q&A, when do you think the Walking Dead universe will end? I don't know. With the show, the comics are going to outlast the show, and the show will probably be on a break or something. I would assume we're going to get 12 seasons of The Walking Dead, and that's a nice way to stop it, take a break, and then eventually come back. I think that would be pretty awesome for it. Maybe if they take a break, someone can pick up my Fight for Us story and continue rolling with that too. So I hate to be the guy plugging my stuff and the shirts and the series and everything like that too, but it means a lot to me. And I hate to be the guy like if I mean anything to me, then you'll do it. Well, that's not what I'm trying to come across as well. So please don't take it that way at all. But I do think you'll enjoy the book series. You can get them on paperback for $10.99 and digital versions. The first book is 99 cents on Kindle. And so I made the first book very affordable because I would like you to get into the series too. And on the other digital copies, they're $1.99. $2.99. The latest books are $3.99 because it's been, more to it. There's been 17, 18 chapters, more involvement, more on there too. So you can get a 200 and some page book for $3.99, the same price as a 20, 30 page comic, $3.99. So the value is there and the story is there, and it's still one of those things there as well too. So Joey the Gator, why not free books? Well, because if it's worth anything, it definitely I can't give those away for free, except if you are a Kindle Unlimited subscriber or something. If you belong to Kindle Unlimited through Amazon, then you will be able to read the Kindle books for free. So that's a little free there as well too. So I'm still interested and excited for it. The book series is going to be there for a long time. There's sure, but yeah, I know. I thought about giving the first book away to a couple people, but I have to buy the book and then ship it out because my book series gets sent out when it's ordered. I don't have books already made. They get published when there's an order. So I was thinking about doing like a Tampa Bay Comic-Con booth and being there and selling the books. But my biggest fear is like nobody would come. Like nobody would come to the booth. Like that would be terrible, right? Where I had this booth and it's my wife and I and I'm the author and this and I got some stuff to sell and whatever and nobody cares. That would be terrible. But, I just think that if I had a big enough line, I could sign books and sell books and do that too and get t-shirts and whatever like that. And I think that'd be pretty amazing. But, that's down the road, hopefully, for sure. I know it's a big thing for it, but I'm going to finish on that note, guys. Enjoy tonight's episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 5, and hopefully you're enjoying Season 5 as a whole. I know I'm enjoying it. It's not the super best amazing season ever, but it's interesting. It's entertaining for sure. I'm excited to see where the future happens of Fear the Walking Dead, CRM, and the movies on there too. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories, and enjoy tonight's episode. See you guys. See ya.